Returning to my 5 wide concept, today's video I'm going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm using the Buccaneers. Now, of course, when you use 5 wide, you always want to have a scrambling quarterback just for another option to the run. Now, a lot of people would change out 5 wide for personnel matchup, and they can convert that personnel matchup into like a run formation. So that's another thing a lot of people abuse, but today I'm breaking down how I take advantages of pretty much just sitting there, learning, and adjusting. So today's video is going to break that down. Now, we're going to be late in the game. Of course, I'm dominating because my opponent couldn't figure out how to stop me. So he took the beating to take the time to sit there and try to figure out how to stop me. So this is basically what he was doing the entire game. And when people think they have whatever the case may be, if it's a copy and paste defense, which this guy is trying to do, well, they're going to sit there and try to learn how to stop it. So he ends up pretty much spreading his D-line, shifting over his linebackers. And of course, at this time, I'm trying to ID the mic, which is so dumb of me because ID only works for notifying your running back to pick up a blitzing defender, which obviously you guys probably know or didn't know about that. I also try to slide protect. For some reason, slide protection for this edge blitz defender would not work, and I have no clue why, but that's because of Madden's broken gameplay mechanics. Anyways, here's the first concept that I pretty much ran back and forth depending on what my opponent would do. Always the first down he would send heat pretty much everybody and leave everybody as is. So I'll put either my right or left side on a flat with a crossing route with a slant. So it's a backside help just in case they end up adjusting and putting a extra player to cover the flats, which you guys are going to see pretty much this entire drive. I'm going to break down play by play and show you guys how my opponent adjusts over time. So I always want to have like 2 or 3 players doing double route moves just because when it's man coverage you have multiple options based off the shades of players and based off position. If they're 7 yards off, close up, whatever the case may be, you want to have those reads, especially when your opponent shades. It's easier to hit those certain reads quick. Now, I also have level concepts, so that's based off user. When they try to cover one thing and lurk up to another thing, you want to have certain levels. So my first read is the flat route, second read is going to be the backside slant, and then third read will be the top end route from the outside receiver coming from the right. So I saw the blitz, no help on that side. It's man coverage from the safety. I know he's going to get there late. I throw it quick, and look how much yards I get just off of that. So the next play does the same setup. I'm doing the same setup, and of course I'm adjusting. And like I said, I'm still IDing the blitzing edge rusher for some odd reason, knowing that it's only meant for running backs to pick up. Slide protecting left still doesn't work. But you're going to take a notice on this play compared to the last one. He's going to put 2 players in flat routes. He's going to cover the streak, which was expected because, especially in these situations, based off the matchup difference, if you have a fast guy in the slot right there, it's always guaranteed beating the safety that's over top. All you got to do is pass lead to the outside depending on where the safety's position's at. If he's inside leverage, throw it to the outside. Simple, basic football IQ concept. Now, another thing to take into consideration, he's putting one of his best pass rushers in QB spy just to make sure I don't scramble. Now, because he's doing this glitch blitz with the edge rusher, it glitches my left guard to go help on the slide protect to pick up the defender that's blitzing, and of course he's going to have a free rush. This is where you got to kind of play around with the pocket movement and scramble around if you have a scrambling quarterback. You guys are going to see how ideal it is for me to do that. Now, I'm not looking for any bombs or one-play wonders. Now, of course, you can chuck it deep and do the face catch glitch, which is just mossing defenders if you know how to do that, just swerving with the receiver and manually catching it over your opponent's defender or glitching away the defender. It's easy to do that. Now, you guys are going to see how the blitz edge rusher comes through. I'm running to my lineman. I'm just swerving around. And I still get yards out of it when you do things like this. So that's why it's always a plus to have a scrambling quarterback, knowing that, Baker Mayfield's not the greatest or fastest player, but he gets the job done. So he's going to end up doing the same thing, and I'm just doing slight adjustments. Now I'm looking at the outside receiver. He's pressed. Now I put my fastest receiver, Palmer, on the streak because that's going to be my first read. If he press, depending on if he breaks it or not, he's still going to branch away because of speed difference. So that was my first read. I'm going to have a check down read to the slant. But he ends up having his man coverage shaded over top so they don't press. So that completely threw off my read. Of course, I could have easily hit X, but I was dead staring at circle, debating if I should throw this or not. And then at the same time, I'm just doing pocket movements. Now, because I saw X wide open on this, I'm expecting him to do the same exact thing the next play. So I'm not worried about, having a bust play right here just because of my user fault. Now, once again, in the past, that double route move by Mike Evans, I will always throw this in the past because it would bait the defender to the outside, and I'm just throwing inside leverage with precision passing, and it's money every time. But Madden 24, that's not the case. So, right here, just working defense and barely getting the ball off. So I can live to fight another day. 4th and 5. I'm going to look at X this time, putting him on the slant. Like I said, it was open last play. He's going to do the same exact thing. But I'm going to have a backside slant to pretty much bait his user lurk. So he's going to fake right and then carry with triangle coming across from left to right. And look at this. It's beautiful. X gets wide open. Boom. And pretty much after this, he just said, screw it. I can't stop him. I'm out of here. So he ends up eventually quitting. But it's just that. That's how easily I can break down my opponents, figure out what I'm going to do, because literally people will sit in the same thing. They don't really change it up that often. Like I said, I don't show the defense because my defense is just clamps, depending on what happens throughout the game, BS or not. But I make people struggle when I do simple adjustments like I do on offense. So guys, it's easy, man. But it's when people try to copy and paste and they have nothing else to go to. That's why you guys got to use your own thing, use your own knowledge to adapt and adjust, and you guys can easily dominate. So this guy was ranked 41. Let me know what you guys think about these breakdowns, if you guys want more as well, and just in general, what you guys think about it. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. I'm out. Peace.